Hello, hello, Hidden Hermit here. How's it going? Clearly we're looking at another Three of Swords today, and this is, before I say that, look at that back. I love this. It's quite a resplendent back, if you ask me. But anyway, so this is the Three of Swords from the After Tarot. A rather whimsical and yet deep deck. It kind of portrays the moment after the images from the Waitsmith that we're, familiar with and used to. So what's going on in here? So it is clearly a Three of Swords because the imagery is, well, it's kind of obvious, really. You still have the rain in the background, the clouds, different colour palette. It's a little more browny, I would say. I'm sure you would say too. We still have the three swords, and they're fallen away from this heart that has now been bandaged. It's an interesting take, and I quite like it as well. I mean, obviously, if you just look at the image, you can see the swords have fallen away. So the pain, that those mental shocks have done the damage that they can do, and the heart is attempting to heal itself at this point. And the kind of chapter heading, if you like, the placeholder for the Three of Swords is "Time heals all wounds," which is a very cliched phrase, but of course, like most cliches, comes from a place of truth, doesn't it? So one of the things that I absolutely adore about this deck, and it's not just the images that are very often quite whimsical and, they're kind of fun, but the book that comes with it is crazy good. It is so well written, and it's laid out in a way that is both interesting and really helpful for understanding how the tarot is structured. I'm not going to go through everything that it says in the book, but a lot of the interpretation of the Three of Swords are the more established vibes of it, and you may or may not know that I'm, not entirely in agreement with that idea of heartbreak. I think it's just too much of a simplistic interpretation. However, there are certain things in the book that I think are brilliant. I think are absolutely amazing. It does point out a lot of different things as well, like, for example, how it resembles the Sacred Heart, quite often associated with Mr. Jesus. And it goes into all those sort of symbolic interpretations, but it also goes a little bit deeper, I think, with its suggested interpretations. I think that's the bit of the other book where it suggests what you may pull from the Three of Swords when it comes up, and some of them are really great. Again, more cliches, but they make perfect sense. So I've completely forgotten. I'm kind of waffling. Yep, okay. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger is one of them. And I think that's a great message for the Three of Swords. You have to bear this pain. You have to live it. You have to breathe it. But it's not going to harm you in such a morbid and profound way. You're going to learn from it. And the other one that I just wanted to bring your attention to is it's better to have loved and lost and never to have loved at all. I cannot for the life of me remember who is attributed that quote. It could be Shakespeare, I don't know. But again, I think it symbolises the Three of Swords absolutely perfectly. There's so much in the book. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail. Maybe one day I will do some in-depth after tarot videos because it's absolutely worth it. But in the meantime, just feast your eyes on this. There was something else I was going to say. In fact, I think I've already said it. Yeah, this idea that the swords, they're very much in action in the Waitsmith, whereas these ones are falling away. Yeah, I think I started with this, but the idea that the swords have done all the damage they can do, they can't chop this heart up anymore, so they're now falling away. So you've kind of turned that corner, if you like. I think that's the most profound thing from this particular image. But there you go. So this is the Three of Swords from the After Tarot. A cracking deck. I think you should all go and seek it out. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Three of Swords. A lot of fun, hey?